What's up, nerds? Welcome to the DNA Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, first time in a couple weeks,
Yeah.
Brian Anderson. Brian, you scared everyone away.
Apparently, they knew I was coming back, so
Joey's not here.
I'm intimidating like that.
Cameron's not here. It's just us, again.
Mm-hmm.
As usual.
Like the old days.
Yeah. So, you worked last Wednesday.
Yep. My schedule got changed around for Easter, so couldn't be here. And
Yeah.
I had car issues the week before that, so.
What else have you been up to? Just division?
Playing the division, I watched the NCAA tournament and stuff like that, so.
Can't believe Villanova won.
Yeah, it's still a little too soon. I'm a huge UNC fan,
well,
that.
So am I, so.
That was tough, but I still won my bracket pool at work, so there was a silver line, I guess.
Yeah.
But, it was a good game, but crushed me a little
Gosh,
bit. Crushed me a little bit, yeah.
3-point buzzer beater, man.
Well, UNC hit that, Paige hit that one circus three. And
I know.
I was jumping around the house. I've never gone from so high to so low so fast.
Yeah.
That was tough. That was a tough game.
That's crazy.
It was a good game, though.
It was.
Good championship game.
It was a good game. We'll get this crap out of the way first. We got a lot to cover in a little amount of time. So if you didn't know, this is the official podcast of the DNA Network. You can find all of our content on our website at digitalnerdadvocates.com or right here on our YouTube page. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. You can also find the audio versions of this podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Go like us on Facebook, join the community, follow us on Twitter, find our store on Redbubble, buy some cool shirts, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, you been playing anything other than the division?
Just the division. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Dark Zone. Been going Dark Zone.
I've got a new strategy on how I'm going to play more games. It's actually worked.
How's this? Don't sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
That's pretty much it.
That's exactly the strategy.
That's
I've
the
been playing.
key to playing a lot of games is
Yes.
not sleeping.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And I'm tired.
Yeah.
Some people might be able to tell right now. But
That's what happens.
there is good news out of this. I've played a lot of games.
Yeah.
Actually, before I start playing games, I've actually started working out a little bit more.
Well, that's good too.
And I've lost 10 pounds.
That could be from not sleeping too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Who needs to work out? You just not sleep.
yeah.
There you go. Lose weight.
Yeah. So I've been playing the division. I finally got to level 30 last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. I texted you. I was all excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I did my first set of dailies, which was a lot easier than I anticipated.
Yeah. The hard the
mean, once you're
the
level
2
30,
daily missions are kind of like a joke.
I think my DPS is 60,000. I think because the weapons I did from crafting, which we're gonna get into this later, but the weapons I did from crafting are a lot better than the weapons I get from the dailies or finding them.
I think I told you this before, and what I've noticed in this game, and we're going to talk about the patch here, and hopefully this is going to change, but the drops, in my opinion, are not good.
Yeah.
I don't think you get enough high-end drops. I even have my scavenging up over 100%. I still don't get a lot of high-end drops. When I do, they're not very good. All my best gear has come from crafting. Crafting is the way to go in this game, and they're going to change that with this patch, unfortunately. Crafting is going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah.
So you better everyone get to crafting before this April 12th because it's going to cost more items. You're not going to get as many items when you dismantle. It's kind of going to be a pain in the ass. So hopefully that means the drops will be better out in the world.
Right.
Because right now, they're not very good. Now, I have gotten 2 Midases to drop, but they nerfed the shit out of that gun, so that doesn't really help me. But, I have 2 level... I don't want to rub it in your face. Yeah. I have 2 level 30 characters. I'm running 2 guys to maximize my Phoenix credits that I get. Because you can run the daily... The Phoenix creds are shared account-based, so... You can run then all the dailies with both your characters.
It's like legendary marks from Destiny. Pretty much.
Same exact thing. Where if you have more characters, you can run more stuff, and so it's the same thing. And then I finally hit rank 50 in the Dark Zone on Monday, so I was pretty excited. I went around and bought a couple more blueprints,
Nice.
MP5, AUG, stuff like that. The only problem is you need high-end division tech to craft these, and I only had 30, and I used all those up pretty quick trying to get an MP5 that I liked.
Right.
So that's the issue now. And the only way to get that is in the Dark Zone. You can't even craft high-end. You can't take lower high-end division tech and craft it into high-end.
Yeah.
So that's the pain in the ass there. But in the patch, again, I think it said that they're going to remove the division tech requirements for some of the level 31 items.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
Other than the division, though, I've had this like really weird competitive multiplayer tick, and like I tried to get into Gears 2 weeks ago, and the servers were down.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll pop in Halo 5, and I didn't want to play Crucible on Destiny because like at that point I was not like feeling the Destiny itch again yet. So I've been playing a lot of Halo 5, and like
That's all it is for how much you ripped on that game.
No, I ripped on the campaign.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
To be fair,
you did rip on the campaign.
But man, dude, that multiplayer is so good.
Is it?
It is really good, and I'm having a blast. It's just simple enough to get that taste, but deep enough to like, okay, I feel like I'm accomplishing something without wasting time.
Man, I really feel like Division is missing the boat on the PvP aspect.
Yeah, that's something we talked about before the game even came out.
The more I play it, though, the more I'm just like, Dark Zone, yeah, it's just not like the idea is cool behind it, but
it's not doing enough.
It's not doing it. I don't really care. Most of the time, I run in there by myself quite a bit, and yeah, it's my whatever. So I get gunned down by 4 guys mostly,
like a whole team of guys rolling
yeah,
in
oh
there.
yeah, and that's fine, because I think those guys are in there for to do PvP, but they're not finding a lot of other 4v4 teams to go against.
Right.
So they're just gonna kill whoever they see, because there's really 2 different people in the Dark Zone. There's the people trying to get to level 50, and that are just trying to run around and kill the NPCs and stuff like that. And then there's the guys who want to play PvP. They've already hit 50. They're already geared up, so they're running in. And they're running in the same zones. Because I had a run designed myself that I just I kind of just followed a route, and like there was a couple like named guys and everything like that. And I'll show it to you tonight.
Right.
But the guys who are trying to do PvP, they're in zones 1 and 2. That's where people are going rogue. If you go into zones 4 and 5, you're not running into rogue people. I think part of it's because if you're in zone 5 and 6, you're geared up to be in zone 5 and 6. You don't want to mess with those people.
Right.
If you're in zones 1 and 2, people could just be like a fresh level 30 running in there. So there's those 2 different people. And they're, the one guys are just trying to get to 50. They could care less about the other human players in there. They just want to run through it, and they're getting gunned down by these teams of 4. And it's not the team of 4's fault, because that's they're in there to do that.
Right.
And you're supposed to do that in there. But I just wish they had a designated, like, all right, you can match make into it, 3-on-3, 4-on-4. Okay, like capture the flag or something.
Yeah.
I just think they're really missing out on that, because I think that would do well for the game.
And I would totally be into that type, like PvP type stuff.
I would love
like,
the PvP in
I
this
mean,
game.
you know how much I played Gears of War, and like this would be Gears of War plus Destiny. So like, I would so totally be in the Division if it had PvP, like a real PvP section, not just the Dark Zone.
Yeah, and I even think they could once this gear thing comes out in the update where you're gonna get ranked by your gear, and they're gonna give you like a score.
Right.
You could even like segregate the PvP if they did into like your gear. Like if you're in this range, then you play against guys that are close to your range. You know what I mean? And just like how in the campaign, almost wasn't really a campaign, but in the PvE outside of it, like when you joined my game, it was scaled up. You can do the same thing with the gear. Whoever your top guy is, it's going to scale to him, and then you're going to play. So
yeah,
you could do something like that.
Yeah, I would be totally surprised if they weren't already doing something like this, like adding it. I'm really hoping that.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it's going to come with a future update.
But other than that, I've been messing around with that Miitomo app too.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
Which is it's interesting. I feel like this app will be better once they fix. There's a few things they probably need to fix, but also when like NX and this My Nintendo account finally takes over whatever Nintendo's future is, because then you can see what people are playing, what games are playing, comment on things they did, comment on the new achievement system, because there are achievements in this, which means Nintendo's finally jumping on that bandwagon 10 years later.
They're a little late.
Yeah.
They're a little late to that party.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still good, and like I got enough coins to download the Zelda P-Cross game for 3DS, so that was a nice little touch.
That's cool.
So
yeah, I haven't touched the app. I probably won't.
Yeah, and then I did jump back into Destiny. I
don't know why.
Because my cousin and my friend from work got Xbox Ones, and they're like, and the first game they bought was Destiny, and they asked me if I wanted to play with them because they transferred their 360 character. They're the only people I've ever known to play Destiny on 360. They moved their 360 characters over to Xbox One. They're like, hey, do you have Destiny? I'm like, yeah, I have for Xbox One, but my Titan is literally a level 2. And they're like, oh, well, we'll just plow you through the campaign and stuff. So like I finally got my Titan up to level 40, and I've been kind of grinding that character a little bit. But I've been keeping up on both games just because of the new update, which we're going to get to later.
Yeah.
And like, because like I'm really interested to see this new gear, the new weapons. I really want that new sniper rifle that looks really sweet from the prison challenge. So we're going to get into these patch notes real quick. We'll do the division first, since
because that's the one that matters.
That's the one that, out of all three things that we're going to talk about today, I feel like the division is the one that most people are interested by.
Oh yeah.
So we'll jump into that one first. Like we said, this is the first big division patch.
It's free, too, by the way.
Yeah, it's free. It's just the update that's going to bring the first incursion. Mm-hmm. So it's called Falcon Lost. Where is it? Oh, this is the Destiny crap.
Yeah, Falcon Lost.
Come on. Load. Falcon Lost is the new incursion available in the Stuyvesant area. You must be level 30 and have completed the mission General Assembly to access the mission. So they are making you complete the story.
Yeah,
it looks like
General Assembly is the last mission.
So. Yeah. The encounter is balanced for 4 players with high level gear.
Yeah, and from my understanding, like I said, they're gonna bring out this gear score, and I think they're saying minimum like 150. So
yeah.
I don't know what my score is gonna be. I don't know how I don't know the formula for it, but
yeah, it's gonna be. I know they said that the incursion is gonna be 2 difficulty modes.
Yeah.
So they're normal and hard, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, because the gear set they said is like 150 when they start adding scores to your gears.
Yeah,
to your gear.
That's like the minimum. I don't know how they score it.
So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Like, is the stuff that you get from the campaign gonna be scored at 150? I mean, I assume you're gonna have to do hard mode or challenge modes at least to get gear for it.
I don't think superior, like purple gear, I will totally be lower than 150. I think high end stuff might be minimum 150, and then like the better high end stuff will be higher than that. So
yeah.
If you're rocking all high-end gear, you should be able to do it, which my guy has right now.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to get there by next week. But one thing they are adding are gear sets.
I'm really excited about this.
Yes, I actually am excited too, because it's actually going to...
Should I just point out again how this game is not like Destiny, it's like Diablo?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have I pointed out this is Diablo, but you shoot instead?
Yeah. I mean, that's...
The crafting, the recalibrating.
The more and more I'm playing this game, I'm like...
This is Diablo.
Yeah, like who was I talking to last week? Someone...
Now gear sets? That's Diablo.
Yeah, someone in the community group. I forget who I was talking to. I'm sorry. We were talking about this. I'm like, this game is less and less like Destiny and getting more and more like something like Diablo.
It's Diablo. The loot, the trading system that they're adding in is basically like Diablo's, where you have to be in the same. Well, you don't have to be in the same party when it drops, but it's similar where like you just drop it and then you just pick it up. That's like how it works.
Yeah,
and that's how it's gonna work in here. So
yeah, so a gear set equipment can be found by completing the most challenging activities in Manhattan. Collecting and wearing gear sets grant powerful stat bonuses and talents. Gear sets of varying gear scores can be found for many playstyles. Find the set that best suits yours. Tactician's Authority enhances electronics and support capabilities.
It's going to boost the shit out of your electronics score.
Yeah. Striker's Battle Gear
assault,
is your assault stuff, probably.
And health, probably, too, in that.
Sentry's Call enhances marksman capabilities, and Path of the Nomad provides bonuses for lone wanderers, which is what you've been doing.
I want that last one.
That last
for
one
the Dark Zone
is very interesting.
I don't know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like if you're in a party, if you're like by yourself, you're gonna have like crazy stat bonuses like armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, people who don't play Diablo, how I imagine this is gonna work, like when it says a gear set, and I guarantee you that they're gonna be green. Watch, they'll be green colored because they're just copying the shit out of Diablo. You'll get
Are they though? Because there's already green.
Oh
gear.
shit, you're right.
So it's going to be like orange or red. Probably red.
Oh, you're right. There is already green.
It's probably going to be red because that's the only color not in use. There's gray, green, blue, purple, and yellow.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's a good point. You make a good point. Or it could be orange, because I know orange was used in Diablo. But to get a set piece, you know how there's like a backpack and a chest and boots and well, that's more Diablo. There's no boots in this, but like a holster and all that crap, knee pads.
There are boots.
Yeah, but it's cosmetic. There's no boots, gear. Like
my trendy hiking boots are very stylish.
They are trendy. So like if you
I got
only
a trendy
are
purple
wearing,
scarf to match too. It's pretty awesome.
I know you like to match your guy. If you're only wearing like two of like, let's say it's a set, and it'll probably be like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like a full set will be like 6 pieces. So like if you're wearing like 2, it gives you a bonus, like 500 armor. Let's just talk. I'm just gonna talk about the Striker's battle gear. I'm gonna that'll be like if you're only wearing 2 of the 6, you'll get like 500 armor. Something like that. If you're wearing 4 of the 6. Your damage or your firearms is going to go up. And then if you're wearing like all 6, it's going to be like a crazy stat that you won't even I don't know what they're going to come up with.
Right.
But it's going to be something very good. So that's kind of how the set gears, I'm assuming, will work. If it's like Diablo, it'll probably work like that.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for the Path of the Nomad because I do play by myself a lot in the Dark Zone. It'll give me a chance against those teams of 3 and 4. And I hope I was gonna say I hope they look sweet, but it doesn't really matter because your cosmetic stuff is so.
I wonder if this is going to change some of that though.
I hope
what if
so.
It does? What if it adds like?
I kind of wish it would.
What if you use Tactician's Authority and it gives you like, I don't know, something to tell other players like this is the gear set I'm using.
Yeah. Well, see, then we're getting into where everyone looked the same in Destiny, so you don't want that.
Yeah, but it would be more.
I wish it was just something little like.
It would be more like accessories. Like your guys will still look the same, but like, if you're using like let's say Striker's battle gear, it'll be like maybe like a headset that'll go, or something like that. Like something that won't change the way you look. It'll just add an accessory to your character.
Right. Yeah, just like an accessory would be cool, but you don't want to change like that's, with the jacket and all that stuff because, everyone looks different. Well, not their face. Everyone's face looks the same.
Yeah.
Because that part of the game was terrible, but everyone's cosmetic gear looks different, which is cool.
Or maybe you'll just get a piece of cosmetic gear to go along with your gear set.
That would be cool. Like if you unlock the full set, like you would just unlock like the Path of the Nomads, like cosmetic set too. Like there's a jacket and pants like that go that would be cool. I would like that.
Yeah. Something else they're adding, which people have been asking to add to Destiny for a long time, is trading. Yeah. Trading gear. Items dropped by now there are a lot of restrictions and we're going to talk about it real quick. Items dropped by enemies can be shared with other players. So that's interesting. You can't just trade random stuff. It's got to be dropped by enemies. You can't.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, you can't craft and trade.
Trade items by dropping them as loot from your inventory, so players in your group can pick them up. Yeah, so you can only share items during the first 2 hours you acquire them, and items can only be shared with players who are currently in your group and who were also in your group when you originally obtained the item.
Yeah, that last one's a big restriction. So if I'm running around by myself, like the other night I was running around and I picked up, this was before I had heard the full details on the trading. I picked up my second Midas and I texted my brother, I'm like, oh, hey, and I got second Midas. I'll give it to you whenever the trading comes about. And then these stats came out and he goes, well, forget that. Because he has to be in my party when it drops.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Yeah. So, that's more for the incursion, I think that'll actually work out better than it sounds right now.
Yeah, yeah. And then they're adding assignments, which kind of just seem like new daily
They
mission
seem
type
like
things.
the bounties
Right.
from like Destiny.
Right. Assignments are automatically obtained when you log in and can be tracked from the map via the menu called Mission Overview. Assignments are available for a limited time, 24 hours for daily assignments and 7 days for the weekly assignments, after which they will be replaced by different assignments. So you can't stack them like you could in Destiny.
That's right.
Assignments come in different categories: combat, dark zone, and crafting. Most assignments can be completed while playing alone, but some will require enlisting other agents' assistance.
Right.
So that's cool, though. I'm glad they're adding that stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But what are they good for?
Well, I'm sure you're gonna get something. So like, let's say the hardest. Like,
You think you're going to get maybe...
I think you're gonna get gear.
yeah, but how good is that gear going to be? Is it going to be like...
I guarantee you, like, for the 24-hour daily assignments, not that good. Maybe you'll just get crafting items. Maybe you'll just get Phoenix creds. Maybe something like that. For the weekly assignments, which might be harder, they might be like, because they said like Dark Zone, like go, like survive a manhunt or something like that, and that's when you kill so many agents, and then you're like in the Dark Zone that you get like, because every time you kill one, you move up a level,
Right.
and your timer extends. So it could be like survive a manhunt, and for
Right.
that they would give you probably a very good, like a high end something. You know what I mean? So that's how I see those working out. I think they're gonna be cool. I think, like I said, for the dailies, probably nothing like overly amazing. If they gave me some division tech, that'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe for like the harder weekly ones.
Of course, we'll talk about this in a little bit. I'm not sure what you're gonna need Phoenix credits for here on the 12th, because we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
These next two.
This is what I'm really excited about.
Yeah, this is
the
what
most,
this is what I've been most excited about. Reading through this earlier today.
Yeah, this is gonna be cool.
Dark Zone supply drops. Dark Zone supply drops are a global event where the Strategic Homeland Defense Agency airdrops multiple supply caches to assist division agents. Supply drops will occur multiple times over the course of the day. The supply drops will contain non-contaminated gear of all types that will be ready for use without the need for extraction. These supply drops will be heavily sought after by other agents and the enemy factions that will roam the Dark Zone, so be ready for resistance. This seems like it's going to make the Dark Zone a lot more interesting.
Yeah, this is gonna
because it's first come, first serve.
This is gonna be your PvP element. Now, I don't know how many times. It just said multiple times during the day. Now, is that like once an hour?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna be good enough. But this is to promote PvP.
Yeah.
They did it with the last patch, by changing the rewards of going, or what you lose when you die, and that has helped a bit. I have seen a lot more people going rogue, but not enough. So this is exactly for that. I'm sure it's gonna be very good stuff. You don't have to extract it, which is a huge
Yeah.
awesome thing that they added in there, because if they would have made it where you got there and you extracted it anyways, all people would do is they would just be hiding in the extraction zones.
Right.
They would let you fight and get the gear and then bring
That's
it to the
probably
extraction
why-
zone and then you would just kill them and take it.
That's probably why
So that's why
they
they added
did-
that. That was smart on their part. I'm really
Yeah.
glad that they did that.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. This is going to make the Dark Zone really interesting.
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna be
actually,
awesome.
like,
You're definitely like
this is where that PvP
this is
element
where it's
really
gonna come in.
because everybody's going to be in that area and everybody's
It's
going to
gonna
want
be
that
insane.
gear.
It's gonna be completely insane. That's what I'm really excited for. That's gonna be your PvP. To be honest with you, that's gonna be it right there for now. That's the best that they got.
Yeah.
So definitely get your teams of 4 for that. You're not gonna be going solo into that
Yeah.
unless that gear set is amazing.
Yeah.
For the Nomad. But yeah, that's probably the thing. I'm like really excited for that. That's one of the cool things that they're adding. The assignments is cool. Trading is whatever. The gear sets. So far, all good things.
Yeah.
We'll be getting into some bad things here soon.
Yeah. Gear score.
We talked about that.
Every non-vanity gear piece that can be found when your agent is level 30 has a gear score value. The higher an item's gear score, the stronger the item. The overall gear score your agent can be seen in your main menu next to your player level. Gear score indicates the advancement of an agent. Other agents' gear scores are displayed next to their health bars, which is interesting, something that Destiny desperately needs to do. Improving your gear and increasing your overall gear score will grant your agent access to the most dangerous high-end challenges. So basically, it's the light level system.
Yeah, pretty much.
So in case anybody got confused.
Yeah, basically it's light level. The exact same thing. Mm-hmm. This right here. Actually, this next one is what I'm actually really excited about. This 'cause I've been bitching about this.
What, group spectator cam?
Yes, I've been bitching about this since I started playing like the challenge mode and stuff like that, or in the dark zone.
The group spectator cam lets players spectate members of their group while waiting to be revived or the entire group to be down.
I know it's like something so simple,
dude,
but like,
I'm surprised it wasn't in there.
I know I've been wanting this for challenge mode.
I mean, like I've been telling you, I've been playing Halo a lot, and like I've been playing their version of Control. I don't remember what it's called, but like when I die, I'm like waiting to revive, and like the timer on Halo is insane. It's like 15 seconds before you can revive.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So like I'm watching other players, seeing where they're going and stuff, and like when I play the Division, when I die in a group.
And you just have to sit and watch
yeah,
your dead body.
Like the other day, I literally when I was grinding, I was playing something. I matchmaked into something, and I died. And nobody would revive me. I literally sat there for like 10 minutes with like watching my dead body just lay there.
Yeah, it sucks. So I was actually really excited about that.
New high-end named weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Warlord is an assault rifle. Valkyria is a submachine gun. The Historian is a marksman rifle. Implemented in the game with this update, but will not be acquired in-game until the update 1.2. Interesting.
I'm really excited for this. I mean, it's pretty clear which weapon is the best in this game. It's a submachine gun. Surprise.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully this Warlord will maybe bring some power back to the assault rifles. I don't know. I mean, submachine guns and marksman rifles. I don't want to say it's the meta, but that's what it is. Everyone's running in the dark zone with a Vector or a MP5 or an AUG. Like that's what people are using. And then in like challenge mode and stuff, you kind of need a good marksman rifle. In my opinion, I mean you don't have to, but when I'm with groups who were all using that, it seems to work a lot better. So those two, the marksman and the sub, I'm excited for. Assault rifles kind of suck. In my opinion, not all of them, but a lot of them. Like I crafted a Liberator the other day, and I thought it was gonna be sweet. And it's not all that. I'll just stick to my submachine guns. Part of the reason why they're so good is it's a built-in stat into them. They automatically all have a like 19 to 20% critical hit chance.
Yeah.
Already. Also, I don't know why just submachine guns get that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you don't do that with the other weapons. I'm fine with marksman rifles not having it, but like. The submachine guns are already better just from that.
Yeah.
Because, if you have a really high critical hit chance and a high critical hit damage, you're going to be dropping a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why they don't add those in the other ones.
Yeah,
I think they all have, I think every gun type has, a certain amount of critical hit chance.
Yeah.
But that submachine gun just has, a better one. Like, it's a stat when you look at it. It's, right underneath the name of it. Like, 20, like the Vector I'm using right now is like a 24%. So why would I not use that?
Yeah.
I'm getting way more critical hit chance now, and then I have a perk where my critical hits heal me, stuff like that. Like, it's obviously going to be the gun I'm going to use.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that like submachine guns seem to be better than assault rifles.
Oh, they're way better.
And that's like
the stability is disgusting on most of them. The AUG and the Vector and stuff, they barely kick, so those work well. You almost have to burst the assault rifles. Like the Liberator that I made. I think my brother uses the black market AK that he crafted. You can buy that. I think he likes it, but I'm not sure. Even the Midas, I'll still use, even though they nerfed it and they took away that train talent, which they needed to do. It was kind of broken. It was every critical hit gave you a percentage of your super back.
Yeah.
And these SMGs are all critical hits almost. So you could get your super in 8-10 seconds.
Yeah.
So they took that off. They needed to, but that gun's still pretty good.
Yeah. I'm excited for the marksman rifle. I found myself using marksman rifles a lot.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that is the meta right now. Submachine gun, marksman rifle.
Yeah. We're gonna get into some gameplay changes. Some of these sound kind of interesting, especially this turret.
I could care
Sounds
less
like
about this. I don't use the turret.
See, I do.
Okay.
I love using the turret, and it's because of this. Turret's skill can no longer suppress enemy NPCs, as they allow named NPCs to be defeated too easily. Like, I mean, if I'm going in by myself, that's why I use the turret to suppress guys, so I can roll in by myself. But recalibrating high-end items will now cost normal credits instead of Phoenix credits.
Yeah, this needed to be done. It was fucking ridiculous. It costs 31 Phoenix credits to re-roll the item the first time. This is high-end.
Right.
Every time you roll again on the same item, the creds go up. So like the first one was 31. The second one, I think it was like 60 or 70. If you wanted to roll it again, like you're trying to get like the best
right roll,
it was like 100 and some.
Yeah.
To roll it like just like the third time. So what's that? If you add those up, that's like 190 some Phoenix creds just to roll it 3 times. So that needed to be done, and that was a good idea. And in this next one, they mentioned at the last update, but they didn't do it yet, and that's where the Phoenix credit drops are going to increase. So you're going to get level 30s are still going to drop 1 to 3. I think they dropped 3 to 5. I don't know how. I think they actually dropped more than that, but level 30s are going to be 1 to 3, 31s 2 to 4, and 32s are going to drop 3 to 5, which is good because those are harder to kill. Now, I'm confused on why they're doing this, because I don't know what you're going to use Phoenix creds for anymore.
Yeah.
Because right now, you need them to recalibrate the high-end items.
Mm-hmm.
You need them to buy blueprints in the Dark Zone from the Dark Zone 6 church. He sells very good blueprints. They cost Phoenix credits. And then the special weapon, the special gear, I don't know, the guy up that sells the blueprints for Phoenix credits, I don't remember what he's called, special gear or special weapons guy. He sells stuff for Phoenix creds. But now they're taking the recalibrating out. And this next part right here I'm going to talk about, the Dark Zone. The vendor in the church safe house, which is Dark Zone 6, will now sell items in Dark Zone funds instead of Phoenix credits. All the other Dark Zones, if you want to buy blueprints from all the other safe houses in the Dark Zone, 1 through 5, they all cost Dark Zone credits.
Right.
The 1 and 6, Phoenix credits. That kind of made sense because he sold clearly the best ones. He sold weapons, the Tenenbra, the MP5, stuff like that. But now those are Dark Zone funds. So what do you need Phoenix credits for? Just the one vendor?
That seems kind of weird. It seems like either they're going to add something later down the road that adds Phoenix credits, or they're trying to consolidate currency the way that Destiny, because remember all that weird currency
Destiny got in trouble because there was too much fucking currency.
Right.
It got way too much.
Yeah.
Maybe they are trying to simplify it, but I think it was already simplified.
Yeah, but I mean, it almost sounds like they don't want to run into that problem.
Yeah.
Because Destiny had like 10 different types of currency for different stuff.
Maybe they're going to be adding new stuff that are going to need for Phoenix credits.
It seems more like the latter, where they're going to add stuff in a future update or something, or when they add. They
also
content.
added a new Dark Zone bracket for characters with gear score 160 plus.
Yeah.
So what, Dark Zone 7?
Yeah.
That'll be exciting. That'll be cool.
Yeah. Let's see here.
You can go to the next one. This is the one.
What, crafting?
No, this is still this is actually, this kind of pisses me off.
Oh, the rank requirements.
This is great for like other people.
Right. Rank requirements for superior and high-end quality items at the Dark Zone vendors have been adjusted. Purple items rank 15 instead of 30. High-end
level
30. 20.
Like, because I don't know if you've noticed, when you view your high-end items, I don't know if you have any yet.
A yellow?
Yeah.
I have one yellow.
When you scroll down, it'll say, like, level requirement for every gun that's high-end is going to say 30. Mm-hmm. But then its level, it can be a level 31 item.
Yeah.
So those are the better ones. So for the high-end level 30 items, you only need to be ranked 25 instead of 30. And for the level 31s, which... if you have all level 31s, it looks like it's going to be a gear score of 182.
Right.
That's rank 40 instead of 50. So that kind of pisses me off because I spent all that goddamn time getting to 50, and now I got there, and they're going to. Which is good because, like, my brother's close to 40. We can get you up pretty quickly. So that's actually really good for my team, and I'm really happy. But, like, I know I'm probably not the only person that's like, damn, man, I just put all that time.
Right, and they're changing it.
It is for the best because that is one hell of a grind to get to 50.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, the majority of it I did by myself.
yourself.
And I lost a lot of
Do you think
XP.
it would have been easier for you to get there if you had a team with you?
Yeah, because I don't want to say picked on, but when groups of 4 or 3 agents see you by yourself, even if they're not in there to go rogue, they're going to take you out so that they can go rogue and just kind of run around, because that's what they do apparently. So that their rogue timer will go out and then they will get a lot of XP.
Right.
I can't say that I never did that with a team myself, so I can't complain. But so yeah, I lost a lot of XP, and then of course when I get killed by a group of 3, instead of just letting it go,
Right.
I chase them around for like an hour, and I'm like, by the time I get out of the dark zone, I'm at the exact same rank, like my bar's in the exact same place because I spent an hour messing around doing some PvP stuff. And like I have done 3-on-1s and won. It's rare.
Right.
I have to get lucky and have my super, and they don't. That's like a big thing with the dark zone is who has their super. That plays a lot into it. So, but that's cool that they're changing that.
Right. We're gonna move into crafting.
Yeah, some of these piss me off.
Yeah,
These are the things I don't
I figured
like.
they would. I was reading over this earlier, and I figured I was like, Brian's probably gonna be a little bit mad.
Yeah, I'm furious about this.
Add a new level 31 and 32 high-end item blueprints to vendors.
That doesn't make me mad. That's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
That's the later stuff that we'll
Yeah.
get to in a minute.
This next one is cool too.
Remove division tech requirements from some level 31 high-end blueprints.
That's fantastic because, like I said, you can't craft division tech.
Dude, division tech seems so hard to get. I mean, like
It is like again. I'm gonna take you through the dark zone. I have a pretty good run, and it goes through. Because like if you bring up the mini map, like some landmarks will actually say like, oh, there's division tech here, but there's a lot of other places that you
Right.
can pick it up, and I have found a pretty good run where you can get it, and enemies will drop it too.
right.
I don't know if you've noticed, but enemies will also drop division tech.
Yeah.
They should drop it more, in my opinion. But like, I would rather if
Every-
they're nerfing the shit out of.
Every enemy should just drop what we need. all the
Would
time.
I know, right?
God.
Is that too much to ask for? If they're like nerfing these Phoenix creds and you don't need them, I would like the named NPCs in the Dark Zone to drop division, like high-end division tech instead
Right.
of Phoenix creds. If you don't need them to do anything anymore, and you've bought most of the blueprints from the guy in the base of operations that cost Phoenix creds, and nothing else costs that, then I would like them to drop division tech.
Right.
That would be nice because I need that shit.
Right. Increased costs for converting crafting materials and crafting high-end
This
items.
is bullshit.
10 standard green materials instead of 5 to craft 1 specialized material, which is blue. 15 specialized blue materials instead of 5 to craft 1 high-end gold material. That's
a lot.
That's
a
a huge
that's
increase,
a big
dude.
increase.
10 high-end gold materials instead of 8 to craft 1 level 31 high-end gold item.
Yeah. That right there is
Dude, that's
bad
so
news.
much, dude.
Now, hopefully this means that maybe the drops will be better in the game, but crafting, because right now that's the way to go, and then they're going to make it a whole hell of a lot more difficult to be able to do stuff here.
Yeah.
Another thing that pisses me off, and that they're not adding, where the fuck is the option to just be like, all right, I want to turn all of my blues or this many blues into high end instead of just sitting there and holding square and holding square and holding. Where's the option to just be like, take, like I have like, I don't know how many green like fabric I have.
Yeah.
Retarded amount.
Yeah.
I would like to just,
Especially
I
because
would
like
just like to take all of those.
every like couple hours you can go up into the
Right,
med bit
right.
bay and get green anyway.
Well, that actually gives you.
I think it's blue now.
No, it gives you. Now that you're 30, it will give you high end too.
Oh, it will?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's random. But anyways, there should just be an option to convert. Like I want to take all of these green items that I'm not fucking using and turn them all into blue. One done. Like instead of just, so I don't know why that hasn't been put in there yet.
Yeah.
I'm taking 15 minutes just converting fucking items.
I don't understand why they're increasing everything. Like,
Because
I mean,
right
I understand
now
this.
it's not hard to craft stuff.
like it's not like I can turn one green into one blue. Like I understand that, but like 5 to 1 green to blue seems reasonable.
Yeah,
But increasing it like doubling
15 blue for 5, like 15 to 1
that, yeah,
is retarded.
I'm sorry, that seems a little ridiculous.
So, and they're doing it because crafting is the best method, and right now it's kind of too easy to just sit there and make stuff over and over and over and over and over again.
I mean, that's probably true, but still.
So yeah, that pisses me off. So like I said, get to crafting now before the April 12th update. Yeah. Craft now. Convert stuff now.
Yeah.
It's going to take forever because they don't have that fucking option that I want. I can't believe that's not in the game.
Right. Okay. Changing deconstruction yield for standard and high-end items. Deconstructing a standard item yields 1 standard material instead of 2. Deconstructing high-end gold items yields 1 high-end material.
So now when you break stuff down, you don't even get as much.
You get half as much. So
it's taking more,
it's like,
and then you're getting less.
Right.
So that's my issue with the crafting solo. Whatever. I don't know if we need to go through all the bug fixes. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through most of those.
I mean, there's a lot of them. I don't know if there's any.
I mean,
there's really nothing in
there.
They're
all fixing like broken checkpoints.
Yeah. There is one that is upsetting me is that the buff, you can't stack smart cover anymore. I don't know if you could do that where you could put a bunch of guys on one. You could all slam your smart cover on and they would stack. It's not gonna do that anymore. I had a feeling that was coming.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that was coming too.
So I actually stopped using it. I went back to the pulse. I like the pulse better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that's kind of NPCs will no longer ignore the player while they are attempting to interact with props. That's
they don't seem to ignore me.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't even know that was an option. Usually because I kill everyone before I try to interact, so maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Division. Some good, some bad.
Yeah.
The crafting stuff is a big blow to me.
Yeah.
And I think it will be for a lot of other people. Like I said, hopefully that means that the drops are going to be a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, some other stuff is good, in there. I'm very excited for the incursion. I know we didn't really talk about it too much. I saw some still shots today. It looks like it was in like a factory or something.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really tell what's going on.
It's over in that one area.
It's on the very bottom right of the screen by the power plant.
Right.
So at least that's where the marker is. I'm very excited for it. Very, very excited for it.
Yeah. Before we take a quick break, what do you want from this raid? What do you or this incursion? What do you expect from it?
Well, I mean,
because there's no checkpoints.
Basically, what this is a raid and a nightfall. Since we like to compare it to Destiny, put together. That's what it is. You're gonna have to play very smart and very conservative, at least the first couple times through, because it would suck getting towards the end and everybody dies. You don't have a self-res.
Right.
Well,
so you kind of do. With the box, the med box, you can revive.
You don't realize how quickly those get taken out in challenge mode. Like the enemies will take those out, and it's always when you fucking need it. But
normally,
it's going to be very interesting. I know I've had good success matchmaking.
Yeah.
For challenge mode, not like all of them. Like Power Plant and Russian Consulate are a little tougher. I don't like to matchmake those two, but Lincoln Tunnel and Lexington Event Center are so easy even on challenge mode. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that was today's Power Plant.
Yeah.
So hopefully maybe we can run you through it, but me and my brother have been very successful at beating the Power Plant without dying and stuff like that. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very hard, and I hope the rewards are worth the effort.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
I've really been because I know this incursion is coming up, and I know there's no checkpoints, so I've been running full medic. Like my special is heal everyone. Like that's my special, and then I run the box. I do run the turret, but with this nerf coming, I might see what else I can use. Like
this is the reason why I don't want to matchmake it. At least like the first time, when you do challenge mode, you can get away with people kind of running whatever they want, and you can still get by. You just you can play conservative in those two, and you can get through it. Even like I've matchmaked without even a mic on, we get through them. They're not impossible.
Right.
This is going to be a little different. Me and my brother have been talking that you're probably going to have guys with different builds. You're actually going to have a guy who's full, maybe like he's like kind of like your medic. Your DPS isn't going to be great, but you're going to have a lot of health and you're going to have a fantastic electronic score.
Right.
So you can heal us, and that's going to be your job almost through it. Like, yeah, you can get some shots off and stuff like that, but you're not going to be the tank.
Yeah,
you're going to need a guy.
That's kind of like what I've been focusing on is like I'm building a medic because, no checkpoints. Healing's going to be an important
Healing is going to
part.
be huge.
Yeah, and like
you're going to have to run that probably that super that gives you where you can instantly revive somebody.
Yeah.
Survivor Link, that's the one that I use. That's the blue one.
Right.
That gives you like 80%.
Yeah.
That's in my opinion, that's the best, at least in the dark zone.
Yeah.
But you're gonna probably have to have a guy who's running a tank and he's doing your DPS, but maybe he, not exactly a glass cannon.
Right.
Where if he gets hit, because you'll get dropped so fast probably in this.
Right.
It's gonna take some teamwork. I'm really excited for it. Challenge mode can be tough sometimes. I think this is gonna be even way harder. The no checkpoint thing kind of freaks me out. Hopefully there's no time sections.
I wonder how long it's going to be because it's not like Destiny where like
you have to figure it out.
You're going to have to like do weird jumping puzzles and find your way to the next door or whatever. This is like a semi-real life situation. You're going to be in a factory. You're going to be like moving from room to room. You're going to be going upstairs. Maybe you'll have to like, turn some power on. Maybe you'll have to turn some wheels to control water supply levels or something. Like
I'm sure, in like some of the missions you have to like carry like a box like to put it like there's probably gonna be stuff like that where someone's gonna have to carry that and there's not like a lot of puzzle stuff that they can put in like Destiny does because it plays a lot different. No jumping, stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, they really haven't let us know a lot about it. I think it's the LMB, I think is who we're fighting here.
Right.
So we'll see what the story is behind it, like what's going on. But I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think the rewards are going to be pretty good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging, especially with the no checkpoints thing.
Right.
So like I said, it is basically a raid and a nightfall put together.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I'm excited. Because like this is the same issue I had with Destiny, getting through the campaign to be a high enough level, and then with Destiny it was a little different because you didn't know, like figuring out how to level up was the issue, not the end game, but grinding to 30 was the real issue, and now I'm ready to get into the end game.
The end game, I know people have been comparing first 30 days of Destiny, first 30 days of Division. All right, Destiny had the raid, they had strikes, they had nightfalls, so they probably take first 30 days. I feel like the Division, they've laid out what they're coming out with. It looks pretty good on paper. I feel like the Division now that this is coming out, this is going to change the game here. And this is a good update. I mean, like I said, it is free. You can't really be pissed about that.
Yeah.
And it's probably for the best. It sounds like it's gonna be pretty tough. It's probably for the best that they didn't have it there yet. I'm sure there are people out there who are ready and can run it today if they had it out. But that's not the case for everybody. They're giving you a little bit more time to get ready, and like you, so you have time to get ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was the whole thing. That's why I wasn't playing like a lot of the Division because I was like,
well, I kept telling you though, dude, this incursion's coming, and you're not just getting to 30 isn't going to be good enough.
I know
that's not going to get you through.
I know, but I was like, if I'm like, this was probably last Thursday. You texted me because you saw I was playing Destiny.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, I know. You're like, the raid comes out in 3 weeks, and you're playing Destiny.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, well, I'm not actually really playing anything right now.
I think that is exactly what you said.
I was sitting on the couch, my PlayStation was on.
I know, but you were in the Destiny startup screen.
I was because I was playing a little bit earlier because some friends got on and wanted me to help them with some stuff, so I did. But doing that was like the spark that made me want to keep playing Destiny, which we'll talk about in a little bit after the break. But I was like, I know if I'm 30 by Wednesday, when we always play every Wednesday, we'll play through some of the Dark Zone stuff. I'll get to see what challenge mode is like, probably a little bit, and then I'm like, this is where the division starts for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
So I'm excited. And then I've just been playing too many other games. But we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about the other big update for April and a little bit of Dark Souls 3 and how that's going to maybe take away some players from the division in Destiny. Mm-hmm. So we're going to take a quick break. So stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back to the DNA podcast. There's a couple quick Destiny news. The April 12th update for Destiny. Hey, you know what? I'm excited. I really am excited for this. There's a few things we want to go over, and then we're going to talk a little bit of Dark Souls 3, just a little bit. I wish Joey was here to talk more about that.
Yeah, he's our Dark Souls expert.
And I like Dark Souls. It's just really hard, and you know how I am with video games. If it's too hard, I stop playing after a while. But let's talk Destiny real quick. April 12th, the 2.2.0 update. There's going to be a lot of new challenges. There's going to be a lot of new updates to certain areas. There's going to be new strikes, new exotics, new ways to get gear, light level increase, stuff like that. The main thing they're adding is the Challenge of the Elders. They have redone Prison of Elders. I know how much you love Prison of Elders, Brian.
I fucking hate Prison of Elders. It's the dumbest thing they ever added into that game.
This is the new in-game activity. If you don't know, if you haven't been keeping up with Destiny, Prison of Elders is like the Horde mode, firefight from Halo. Basically, waves of enemies come and you kill them. Complete different objectives in Prison of Elders.
It gets boring real quick.
You don't want to fight Skolas again?
No.
What about taking Skolas?
Fuck no.
Anyways, Prison of Elders getting a big update. Will be set 2 difficulties, level 41 and level 42. There's 4 new bosses and new modifiers will be added. The level 41 matchmaking includes matchmaking and is a recommended light of 260 or above. Sticks with the normal Prison of Elders format. Fight an enemy, go back, go to a new area, come back, that kind of stuff. Boss at the end. Light gear drops up to 320. Now, that's interesting, but the light cap is moving to 335.
Oh boy.
So keep that in mind. The 42 will be called Challenge of the Elders. Has no matchmaking, comes with a recommended light level of at least 320, and is a point-based activity through which you can win guaranteed 335 weapons and armor. Challenge of the Elders is fought over 3 rounds, each with a boss. Your fire team's score is tracked on a card called the Elder's Sigil. Don't know what that means. I don't even know what that word is. High-end and cumulative score are both tracked. If a high score of 30,000 points is hit during a run, players will be awarded a guaranteed 335 weapon. If a 90,000 cumulative score hits over each week, players will be rewarded a guaranteed 335 armor piece. Challenge of the Elders.
Hold on. The contact's bothering me. You just keep going.
Okay. Brian's leaving the table. Challenge of the Elders will reset every Tuesday, wiping your cumulative score. The Challenge of the Elders is promised a total of 16 unique encounters based on variants of bosses and gameplay modifiers in each of the 3 waves. So that's 4 months of shooting before you see the same content repeating. What do you think of this guaranteed 335 stuff?
It's good that you're guaranteeing that. I mean, it sounds like they're basically getting you ready for the next update after this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which is rumored to be a light level increase to 500, which is...
I mean, every time they're going to come out with an update like this, they have to increase the light level.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they have to do.
Yeah. So that's kind of it for the Prison of Elders thing. It's basically a challenge mode similar to the raid where you have to defeat things, but the point system is very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. For some reason, hearing that, maybe I might have to. I hate to admit it.
No, dude, you know you're gonna check it out.
I know I'm gonna play it, but I don't know. I hated Prison of Elders. Like, I think that's the only reason. If
yeah, but why did you hate it? Because you dragged so many low life jerks that wanted that stupid banner through Skolas?
That could. I think that's when I started get a little thin on Prison of Elders. I just got sick of running that and doing Skolas. The rewards weren't worth it for me. Like doing it over and over again. Like,
well, as it turns
you know
out,
what?
they
You
weren't
know what I
even worth it
fucking
anyway.
hated Prison of Elders? First time your ass did it, and you got a Galahorn, and you've been playing the game for like 2 weeks, and you got a Galahorn out of that goddamn chest. You know what they gave me? Because the first time you beat Prison of Elders, you were guaranteed an exotic. I got like fucking No Land Beyond and the stupid shotgun. I got the shotgun twice and a No Land Beyond. I'm pretty sure.
The Queen shotgun?
No, I got the Fourth Horseman.
Oh.
Those were the three. That's what I got.
Fourth Horseman sucks, dude.
I know. Like No Land Beyond, I actually that gun can be sweet. Like I've used it in PvP before and it was fun. But I've gotten like 1,000 of them from the goddamn Crota raid. Because that's all that dropped there. So. That's when I hated Prison of Elders. Fuck this.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Prison of Elders.
Yeah, no, that actually does sound kind of sweet. The score thing sounds cool.
Yeah, I like that it's individually based. Like the 30,000 score, I think, is individual, and then the 90,000 is cumulative. So if I hit 30,000, right,
I'm guaranteed a weapon.
Right.
If you get 29,000,
yeah,
you don't get a weapon.
No.
But if our third guy gets 31,000,
right,
then we get an armor piece because we got 9.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. So that's kind of it for Prison of Elders. They're adding 2 new strikes. The Winter's Run strike. They're bringing back the Archon Priest, Brian, but the Taken Archon Priest.
Can you still just sit up on the rock at the top and just shoot him with a sniper?
Yep. Probably.
And all right, bring it on.
April update will bring a new quest line, including a new strike called the Blighted Chalice.
You didn't talk. Is this the Taken Hulk? Because it says Hulk, a Taken Hulk.
No, wait, where's that?
The Blighted Chalice strike.
That's what I'm reading.
Yeah, it's a boss.
It's
a Taken Hulk is what it says.
The April update will bring with it a new quest line, including a new strike called the Blighted Chalice. Its boss is a Taken Hulk called Malik.
Now, I'm not... For some reason, all I can imagine is a Taken version of the Hulk.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's probably not what it's going to be. When
probably
they say Hulk, it just probably means he's big.
Probably
God, that would be awesome if it was fucking Hulk.
It was just the Hulk.
And the Hulk.
And he just jumped around and Hulk smashed and threw rocks at you?
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I would play it for that.
Difficulty increased across most activities. A new level of difficulty and more powerful rewards will be applied to the Court of Oryx, Heroic Strikes, Nightfalls, and the King's Fall raid. The raid's normal mode will now drop loot up to 320, and the hard mode gear going up to a potential 330, although this will be boosted to 335 soon after the update with a hot fix. The Court of Oryx will also drop Artifact at 335, which is that's probably
cool.
good. Yeah.
That right there, Mike. I mean, I would get back in and I would probably run those first with my group just to get that guaranteed 320. Well, I have 3, so do hard mode.
Right.
And get that 335, 330, I guess.
Yeah. So, like, you know what I like about this update is that they're giving you multiple ways to gear up. Instead of, like, funneling you into the raid or, like...
That's true,
funneling you into Court of Oryx. Or, because, like, when the Crota raid came out, that's what you had to do to level 34.
Yep.
And then you had to do that to take on Skolas. And, like, that was it. Like, you had to do the raid and had to use the raid gear. Here, like, you can do the raid and then you can do the prison challenge and get that full set. So, like, there's multiple ways. And because that was always the issue that we had.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like to be told what to do. You don't like to be
Right.
told, like, this is what you have to play if you want to be, like, the best level.
Right.
So now that there's some more options, that's always good.
Yeah. Destiny's April update does provide new challenges, but let's be honest here. We're all in it for the loot. So they're going to... Here's the new...
April 12th is going to be a very busy day for me.
Yeah, it's going to be... I should have just taken
And
it
I
off.
work, so
Yeah.
I won't be able to play any of these, so that's
Yeah.
upsetting. So Wednesday night, the 13th,
Yeah.
will be a big night for us.
Yeah. I'm off Wednesday, so...
So am I.
Let's see if I get up early enough to do some of the Destiny and the Division stuff. Well, I can't do the Division stuff without you, so I'll probably be working on some of the Destiny stuff. But Max Light, like we said earlier, increased to 335. The only way to guarantee 335 gear is after the update is to complete the new hardest level of Prison of Elders, but that isn't the only route to the cap. Challenge of Elders guarantees 335 drops, like we said before. King's Fall hard mode will drop gear up to 335 post-update hotfix. Iron Banner and Trials of Osiris will now drop gear up to 335. Court of Oryx will drop artifacts up to 335. And they were also saying that they're changing the challenge mode in the raid to guarantee 335 drops later.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, everything they're doing is good. Everything Division is doing is not good.
But
I'm more excited for the Division.
It's just sad that the Destiny update is landing on the same day as the Division.
I'm pretty sure that's on purpose.
Oh, I'm sure Ubisoft did that on purpose, because I'm pretty sure Destiny had this planned out way before. You know. I kind of think like it is now.
I'm sure they
literally did. The Division versus Destiny right now. New armor sets. There's revamped faction sets from Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, and Future War Cult. There's the Spectre armor is designed specifically for the new consumable Chroma in mind, and the Desolate Taken themed armor. It uses all the old Prison of Elder gear models, but you get this gear through Sterling Treasure, a new consumable. So Sterling Treasure, a new currency in Destiny, surprise.
More currencies, just what they need.
Yeah, come on, dude. Anyways, one thing, infusion system is being changed. As of the April update, infusion will be changed to give 1-to-1 levels. No more approximations and no more math. You can infuse a 320 item into a 310 one, and it will result in a 320 light.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes.
Because before it was 75% of it or some shit. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I still wish I could get my Fatebringer up there. I can't let that gun go.
No.
Nothing's as good. Ever since I couldn't
What about the Imago loop?
I don't even know what that is.
It's the Tier 2 Fatebringer.
It's not good. It's not the Fatebringer. The Fatebringer was the best gun in the game. Count it.
Chroma, having thankfully listened to justified moaning about Destiny's relatively terrible character customization options, Bungie is to add Chroma color shading to both weapons and armor in this April update. It comes in white, blue, red, and yellow. You can re-roll Chroma-capable gear to get your color you want. Chroma isn't affected by shaders. These are separate things. Have you seen the armor?
No.
It's like, you know the suits in Tron where they have like the lights? Yeah. That's what this is, pretty much.
Okay.
There's year one weapons and armor being upgraded. I doubt any of us will use any of these. The Badger, CCL, Shadow Price, and the Devil You Know are being taken up to current damage levels. They're going to drop from legendary engrams at 330.
Did you say the Devil You Know?
Mm-hmm.
Not the Devil You Don't?
This is the Devil You Know.
So that was... The Devil You Know was an old gun.
Yeah, these are year one.
That was like one of my favorite guns.
Yeah.
They're bringing it back?
Yeah, and if you get it from a legendary engram, it drops at 330.
Oh my goodness. The Devil You Know was my gun until I got the Fatebringer.
Year one exotics are returning. A bunch of old yellows are returning at relevant levels, including Patience and Time. Yes.
Galahorn?
Sunbreakers.
Oh, is Galahorn coming back?
What did they include so far? There's a bunch of legendary ones. The Sunbreakers are coming back. Dreg's Promise, Queensbreaker's Bow, Lord of Wolves, Lucky Raspberry.
I did like Lucky Raspberry.
ATS 8 Arachnid.
I didn't care for that.
The Glass House, Capri's Sting, ACDO Feedback Fence. Is that it? No, there's more. Universal Remote, Eternal Warrior.
Oh, I did like the Universal Remote.
Yep.
That was a very underrated weapon.
That was the sniper that you could put in your primary slot.
No, that was the shotgun that you could put in your primary slot. and
That's what I meant.
It
I
had
meant
disgusting range, and it was my.
Sorry, I was looking at the Patience and Time.
I don't know why you like that gun.
I
so
love
much.
that gun
I
so
don't know
much.
why.
Because I could use it and I knew how to use it. That's why. Eternal Warrior, the stupid stone helmet, which sucks because that's a good striker helmet, and I feel like it might be better for Sunbreakers. Do you know what helmet that is? The Spartan helmet that looked like a stone face. And Purifier robes are returning as well.
Oh, the Purifier robes.
So those are the exotics returning from year one. New emotes, new PlayStation.
No Galahorn though, huh?
Nope. New PlayStation exclusive exotic named Zen Meteor. A brand new exotic sniper rifle is to make an appearance in the April update, but it's PlayStation exclusive. So there's that. They don't have the stats there, but HUD goes optional. As of the April update, you can choose to turn off all HUD furniture, both in social spaces and combat, which is dumb. I don't know why you wouldn't want your HUD up.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's kind of it for the April update for Destiny. Is it enough to pull you back in? I mean,
it's enough to interest me to test it out. I'm not saying it's going to pull me back in.
Not like permanently, but you'll
division.
jump.
My time will be in the division, but I will check it out.
So I mean, I'm excited, but that's because like, I mean, I'll still be pouring time into the division, but these are the two games that I'll be spending most of my time in. I'm excited because I think I'm more excited because I have more people to play with in Destiny 2. Like, don't get me wrong, I love playing with you guys, but you guys aren't playing it right now because of the division.
Right.
So it gives me a chance to play Destiny with new players, try to like, I don't know. I'm excited for this update. I'll be trying it out probably more sooner than you are. But,
yeah.
But then, I also want to be ready for the incursion in the division.
That's what I'm saying.
So, like, there's going to be a pretty interesting.
You got to pick a side. The lines have been drawn. And you got to pick a side. I'm going division. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm playing right now. So.
Now, there's a big wrench in the wheels that are the division and Destiny, and it's called Dark Souls 3. Now,
it's not a wrench for me.
Maybe not for you, but there's a lot of people in our community that are super excited for Dark Souls.
And they should be. I mean, I'm not ripping on the game. I think it's a great game. I played Dark Souls 1 and 2.
The one person here that this game is going to tear away from us forever is Joey. And I know he's super excited for it. He pre-ordered the super expensive edition.
I mean, like, I haven't really been following any. Like, I see some stuff about it, but I don't really like read it because that's not. Bloodborne, Dark Souls, those are good games, but they're not my, they're not my game.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to check it out. It's probably going to be later down the line than I recently anticipated, just because of the division and Destiny.
Yeah, I'm not. I have no interest in Dark Souls 3. I actually have more interest in Quantum Break.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I might actually pick that up this week. I'm just saying, like, there are some good games that are coming out still.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to tear some people away.
If you're going to get Quantum Break, you should check out Amazon. They're having an Xbox One sale right now.
Oh, for real? Yeah, Quantum Break.
Quantum Break was only $48.
Very interesting thing they have going on with that game.
Yeah.
Kind of weird with the like live action and stuff like that.
I heard it's really good. And I heard the live action segments are actually really good.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm definitely, I think I'm going to check. Like, I'm more excited to check that out than I am.
Starring Iceman.
Yeah, well. He was also in The Following, because I watched that show for a little bit. I mean, I don't know his name, but I like him.
Shawn Ashmore is his name.
Shawn Ashmore is his name. That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was watching gameplay of that game, and like, it has this really cool cover mechanic where like,
it's
you just walk up to the cover and he automatically goes into cover.
I don't know, that might piss me off.
Yeah, but then you can like move out of cover like instantly.
Hopefully it's smooth, like.
So like that. I don't know, because, like, a lot of people love Alan Wake. I thought it was okay.
Oh, I thought it was great.
I know, like, the first two Max Payne games were really good.
Those games were some of my favorite games of all time.
I mean, Remedy has a good caliber of creating great games.
I'm very excited. Like, I'm more excited for Quantum Break. That's all I'm saying. I know Joey and you probably are more excited for Dark Souls.
Here's the thing. I'm indifferent on Dark Souls because like
I'm sure this game's gonna be all. I'm sure it's gonna be good.
I'm sure it's gonna be great. I just Dark Souls is a game where you really just that's the only game you play for a while, and there's too many other games that we're playing.
Like you kind of like you have to put your time into the Division if you want to be good.
And we're playing too many other games that require our time.
So that's what I'm saying.
Really
like you gotta pick. You gotta pick your side. Is it Dark Souls, Destiny, Division? Which one is it?
Yeah. So hopefully
it's gonna be tough to play all of them.
Hopefully next week
job.
Joey will have a synopsis of Dark Souls for us.
I'm sure he will.
So that's kind of it for this huge topic we had.
Yeah, April 12th is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So next week.
Yeah.
It's less
next
less
Tuesday.
than a week now.
Next Tuesday. Before we get going, we're gonna answer a few questions. I don't know if we're gonna answer all these because we spent a lot of time, but we're gonna move through some of these real quick. Roger asks, how about what you guys think of them continuing the God of War and Gears of War series? Do you feel that this is a good idea or developers trying to beat a dead dog? I mean, Gears of War, there's only been 3 games and it's been 10 years. And like
I get what he's asking because like
if
they came out with another God of War game, I would just be like, really? Like
unless they changed it significantly.
But God of War is different because the whole thing is that you're killing the gods, and you kind of did that.
Yeah, the only thing that they can do now is like reboot it in a different set of like a different mythology.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because you killed all the gods. Like you can't be like, well, here's some new gods that you don't really know.
Yeah. Like that's really the only way they can play with God of War.
So that one, I think they should just let go.
Yeah.
Like, because that last game they came out with, Ascension, was not good in my opinion. I did not care for it.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
God of War 3.
God of War 2 is still the best.
I know you like 2. 3 for me. I loved God of War 3. I thought it was amazing. Even the first one, I loved the first God of War. Gears of War, I'm actually okay with them making a new one. I don't know why. Because Gears is like the same way. 1, 2, and 3 were good. Then they did Judgment, and it was a piece of shit. And I didn't play Judgment. I did play Ascension.
The only thing I liked about Judgment was you could use the sawed-off shotgun with one of them big boomer shields, and you could walk around like a walking tank.
Yeah, I mean that's so OP and so unfair.
But it was so awesome. Yeah. But Judgment was like not good. But it was also a different developer, so like,
I don't think these 2 are the series that you should be pointing at for being a dead dog. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they are taking a year off.
I think they need to let that game go.
Yeah.
There's some other ones out there who are really
you can start pointing at Call of Duty.
Of Duty, you can point at that one.
Like Black Ops 3 was an anomaly, but you look at Ghosts, you look at Advanced Warfare.
I already stopped playing Black. I mean, Black Ops 3, it was fun. Like I had a good time with it, but
Yeah, but
I have not touched it since the Division came
out. I mean, I'm even looking at Halo now, to an extent.
Halo. What about? What do you feel about Uncharted?
It's ending with 4.
I'm just saying, but they're coming out with a 4th game. I mean, God of War has 4 games.
Yeah.
Gears of War, they're out to 5. But
I mean, I like Uncharted, and Naughty Dog is the company that seems like they know where to stop. I love
Naughty Dog. They put out some good shit.
They know when to stop. Like this is the last Uncharted game, for a while, and it's probably the last one from them because Sony owns the IP, so they can do whatever they want with it. But Uncharted, I think they're ending at a good spot. I think this game looks amazing. Like that game's gonna be so good.
I cannot wait for it.
Yeah,
that's very good.
Definitely gonna be a weekend. Take some time this weekend and play the game. But
what about Mass Effect? I mean, Mass Effect is coming out in that game. I don't feel like they're being a dead dog.
Yeah, but
for some reason, I feel like it. Out of all the 2 he named, I am excited for the Gears of War game. I'm not gonna lie. If they did a new God of War, I probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, I would not be. I'm not excited. I wouldn't be excited for it at all. Although, like, there was a rumor floating around last week that some concept art leaked of the new God of War game that's in development now, and it's like Nordic mythology.
See, that's what they would have to do. They would have to. They'd have to reboot it, and if they did that, then it's not exactly like...
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. God of War, I think, as it is now, is dead. Like, with Kratos.
It should be.
He
killed Zeus.
Yeah.
Done. That was the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I would be okay with them, like, doing like Nordic, like even if it's gods I don't really know about, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to kill some gods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's cool.
Yeah.
God of War 3 was awesome.
Yeah. Edward asks, have remasters finally come to an end? No.
I hope not, because I'm still waiting for my Skyrim.
I'm still waiting for my Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah, so let's hope not.
Here's the thing: as long as companies can make money off of them,
they're gonna do it.
They're gonna they released Dishonored remastered because Dishonored 2 is coming out. That's when I see it. So like a year before Elder Scrolls 6 come out, I bet they'll release Skyrim because they have already ported it.
I don't have
to work
a year. I need more time than that to play Skyrim. I need more. You need to give me like 2 years to play that game. Yeah. So 2 years before Elder Scrolls 6, remaster Skyrim for me. Dude, I can't believe you don't like that game.
Skyrim? I can't get into Bethesda games, dude.
They're so
My
good.
favorite Bethesda games are not Bethesda games. My favorite Bethesda games are Wolfenstein, and Doom looks sweet.
Doom does look sweet.
The Evil Within is pretty good.
I have that. I haven't really played it.
There's one other one that I really liked, but
Bethesda is like my favorite. Those are my favorite games. Love them. Could play them.
My favorite Bethesda game this year is going to be that new Zelda game, that new open world Zelda game. It's coming.
Oh, man, those are the best games.
I wish
Fallout,
Bethesda would make a Zelda game.
That would be insane.
So I think as long as companies can make money on them,
they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it.
Yep. It doesn't piss me off that they do it. Like if it's not a game you like, unless he's saying like, oh, maybe they should be dedicating their time into making a new game.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine it's that hard to port it to to remaster it,
especially from like maybe from PS3 to PS4 it's hard because the internals are different. But like Xbox 360 is basically a less powerful PC and Xbox One is a more powerful PC.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's like the hardest thing in the world. Like, but I would, they're still putting out some new games, not as many as I would like. But if they would remaster the games that I want, I don't want a Dishonored. Like that game, I could just play on the 360 and be okay.
What about the rumored BioShock collection that's coming?
No.
You wouldn't buy that?
Mm-mm. I'll be honest with you, the only BioShock game that I liked was 1.
Yeah.
2, awful. The third one was
Infinite.
That one was okay. It was okay. I mean, I had fun playing it, sort of, but it wasn't. I mean, BioShock 1 was amazing. Mm-hmm. That's the only one worth porting, in my opinion. I know some people really like Infinite, and I don't blame them for it. If you like Infinite 2, if you like BioShock 2, there's something. I'm going to say there's probably something wrong with you.
The thing with BioShock 2 was like the best part of that game was the Minerva's Den DLC.
That's what I understand. I didn't get it because I was like, fuck this. And like the only reason I had BioShock 2 is because I bought like the 1 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm. The Rapture collection.
And I had already played 1. I wanted to play it. Like I think I borrowed it from somebody because I was like, I don't know about this BioShock game. I'm going to check it out. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I loved Rapture. Mm-hmm. The very first scene when you descend down there is still visually one of my favorite opening scenes to a game. Mm-hmm. Probably like a top 5 for me. That was just amazing. But 2 is just a little. Yeah. Oh. So no, I would not be buying that.
Okay. Alan asks, is Star Fox Zero on track to fail, and did Nintendo engineer this game to fail by releasing it on Wii U and not NX?
Nintendo fails at everything.
I mean, this is the discussion we had on the POW Block series that we started doing last week. I think it's either this week's episode or next week's episode. Nintendo, as much as like we love Nintendo, like just love Nintendo, dude. Ever since the back even to the N64, even though we didn't know because we love that system so much. Going cartridge instead of going discs really hurt Nintendo.
Yeah, looking back, that was not a good choice.
GameCube, going mini discs instead of DVDs was a bad decision. The Wii, even though like it was an anomaly, wasn't for us. It used the motion controls.
The Wii did do well.
We look at the Wii U; it's severely underpowered compared to the PS4 and Xbox One. And now the NX, they're releasing it in the middle of a cycle when everybody's already comfortable in their ecosystems. We're not gonna, if say like the Division comes to NX, we're not gonna buy it on the NX because we already own it on PS4. Like, we're just not going to switch systems like that.
No.
So, is Star Fox going to die on the Wii U? I don't know, because I think a lot of the hardcore fans will buy it. I bet it'll sell at least 1 million units.
My issue is, like, these games should have been set to release earlier on in the Wii U. Is that not right?
I mean,
like, that's my biggest issue with these. Like, how long's the Wii U been out?
4 years this
4
fall.
years. Where the fuck is this? There hasn't been a Zelda game. Like, a true Zelda game.
I mean,
what the fuck were you thinking?
We haven't had the traditional Mario Galaxy type game either.
Yeah, where's the Mario Galaxy? Like, yeah, maybe, you know, I hate to say Nintendo, you're only good at so many things. Like,
yeah,
you need to stick to what you're good at.
At this point, like, I mean, we had this discussion like 3 weeks ago, but at this point, I wish Nintendo would just quit making systems. Like, they could.
I agree.
They
need to just make the games for their
Make
systems.
your handheld. Make your handheld.
Definitely.
That's where your money is.
They are good at handhelds.
But in terms of consoles, man, just
they
start
suck.
making your games for PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, I
Go
agree.
the Sega route. Like, Sega didn't have the IP to substantiate itself as a publisher.
I don't know if it's an ego thing and they just can't bring themselves to do it. But
Well, Sega's making a lot of good decisions now. They bought
Sega's doing a
Atlas.
lot better.
They're publishing Persona 5. They got all the Atlas IP. You know, they're supposed to be making some kind of weird Sonic announcement this year, which, whatever, Sonic's
okay.
The most relevant thing about Sonic is the Twitter account. Have you read the Sonic Twitter account? It's hilarious.
I've never really been like a huge Sonic fan, so I'm just I don't want him to hear it, but
yeah. I still stand by that Sonic 1 and Sonic CD are the only two good Sonic games out there. But I think honestly, it's time for Nintendo to take that step.
I agree. I mean, they definitely need to stick to the handheld.
Make your handheld.
They do
I
very
think
well with that.
People will enjoy the handheld. Make your console games for other consoles. Go with your new mobile strategy, and that's the future of Nintendo.
I agree.
I think that's what they need to do. Star Fox, by default, is going to die on Wii U because
the Wii U's already dead.
Wii U's already dead. And, like, the 13 million Wii U owners, you know, maybe 1 million of them will buy Star Fox.
Yeah, but people are going to go out and buy a Wii U to get Star Fox. Like,
right.
You're not going to get that anymore.
People are going to buy a Wii U for Zelda. Guess what? Zelda's too late.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Zelda,
these games should have came out earlier on,
Zelda
and people would have bought that shit.
Which, you know, now they're planning on porting Zelda to NX, which, you know, it might do the Twilight Princess thing and come out on both systems. But are you going to buy an NX?
No.
For Zelda.
No, because I bought a fucking Wii U for Zelda, and I didn't get it.
Yeah. So, like, that's my point. I love Nintendo. Like, I've loved Nintendo since we were kids. But at the same time, they're not making the right decisions. They need to make their console games for PS4 and Xbox One, make their handheld, have that third pillar as their mobile.
Yeah, man.
And that's what they need to
I
do.
play my 3DS a lot.
Yeah.
Probably more than my Vita.
You know how much money they would make if they had a virtual console app on a PS4 or Xbox One? They sold their console games on there. Like, seriously, you have all these IP that you could use. Super Metroid on PS4. Like, you could... There's so many things you could do.
I know. I don't know. And maybe when NX fails.
And if you go one step further, like, the console... Like, say they partnered with someone like Sony to bring Nintendo exclusive to PlayStation. Like, imagine the leg up one of these companies would have over the other just for having Nintendo exclusive to their consoles.
They would crush it. They would bring in all the Nintendo fans would buy it. I mean, let's say Sony got it.
Yeah.
I watched the PlayStation just stock rise.
Yeah.
I think
and in turn would help Nintendo.
Yeah. It would be a mutual beneficial partnership. I don't care which side they choose because I have both, but they need to. Their consoles. Let's face it. And I don't see NX doing well. I mean, I heard that there was rumor that they stopped making Wii U's, but then I heard that they were still doing it. I don't know.
I mean, there is a bunch of reports from a Japanese paper called Nikkei, which they leak a bunch of Nintendo rumors, and like something ridiculous, like 98% of the Nintendo rumors they've reported are true. And
it's
like
pretty good percentage.
The big rumor was Nintendo had stopped production on Wii U.
Right. I had heard that.
which coincides with the other rumor that they leaked earlier this year. They've already started production on an X for a fall release, which would totally make sense to stop producing Wii U's.
Why
because you're not selling the stock you have. Why would you keep making them?
Yeah, well, because there's no point in buying a Wii U. There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
Why would someone who hasn't bought a Wii U up to now been like, you know what? I really want one.
It would
now.
totally be different if Nintendo games went down in price. You look at Super Mario 3D World, it's still $50. You look at Wind Waker, it's still $50. You look at Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, it's still $60. These are games that are 3 and 4 years old.
Yeah, PlayStation games drop pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty hasn't been
just,
out a year.
I just bought Batman for
like
Xbox.
$30.
I just bought Batman for Xbox One for $17.
That's what I'm saying.
Amazon.
Like those games
It's been
drop,
out for 6 months.
but because they sell so many of them that they can do that.
Yeah.
Wii does not sell. They're not making their money back on these games.
Yeah. So like
So they can't drop them.
It's
They can't
just-
drop these games.
Like, that's the problem. Like, if these games were $10, $20, $30, maybe I would spend $250 on a box to play $10, $20, $30 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go out and spend $300 on a Wii U. $300. You can buy an Xbox One for $300.
Yeah, you might want to drop that.
$300 for a Wii U. $60 per game. Still, 3 years later.
It's because they can't drop it.
I'm sorry, Nintendo, but you are not... Like, you model your company after Apple. You're not Apple. Your name, Nintendo, does not mean what it meant 10 years ago.
It certainly does.
It doesn't mean what it meant 15 years ago. It does not mean...
You almost laugh when I do, anyways.
I mean, the only thing, Nintendo, that I've been excited about in the last year has been Fire Emblem.
Yeah, Fire Emblem's pretty.
And, like, I know we joke around, like, Twilight Princess. I was not super excited to buy that game again, but I did because I like that game, but I wasn't, like, gonna go wait in line for it, you know.
Oh god, no! I wouldn't wait.
The only
for
other
anything.
game,
You don't have to wait in line
only
for
game-
anything, and there's no lines. But
the only game I've been excited for Wii U is Zelda. Since that first HD trailer that they showed.
That's what I want. And where is it? I don't have
They
it.
showed that HD trailer back in 2012 when the system launched. This is our concept for Zelda.
And you know what we have? Hyrule Warriors.
And that's what I bought.
That's what we got.
That's what I bought the Wii U for.
Me too.
And guess what? Zelda is not out yet.
That's
and
why
it
I'm
might
buying.
not even come to this console.
Doesn't that piss you off a little bit? Doesn't it?
It does.
I'm not gonna go out and buy an NX, and they'll be like, "Well, maybe we'll give you a Zelda game on the next system."
Yeah. And like that's not even saying like where's Metroid? Where's F-Zero? Where's like all these other IP people are asking for? Like we haven't seen Metroid since 2000. We haven't seen Metroid since 2008, like a real Metroid.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Other M in 2010, but nobody talks about that game.
No, it doesn't really count.
So if you're saying Metroid Prime, that's 2008, dude.
Yeah, it's 8 years.
We haven't seen F-Zero since 2003. We were still in high school when the last F-Zero game came out, dude. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got really fired up.
I'm saying I'm not a Nintendo fan like you are, so.
I got really fired up about Nintendo.
No. This was a question about Star Fox?
Yeah.
Star Fox is already dead.
Yeah.
Before it even comes out.
I'm still going to buy it. I already pre-ordered it, to be honest.
I'm not.
Well, you're just going to borrow my copy and try it out. Maybe.
Probably not.
Okay, last question. William, I hope we talked about enough of The Division and Destiny for you today, so we're not going to answer your question. Todd asks, why are the new IP by Sony and Microsoft on PS4 and Xbox One struggling compared to the PS3 and 360 generation new IP? We haven't had a Gears or Uncharted-like first-party success yet this gen. In terms of new IP, I think the only new IP Sony's really had is Bloodborne.
Right.
And like The Last of Us, I guess you could count as a PS4, even though it was on PS3.
It's still
but
PS3.
Like an Xbox, Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive.
And now that game is awesome.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive is awesome.
So
Evil Within? No, that didn't.
I think, like, I had this conversation with someone the other day. First party IP isn't as important as it used to be.
Well,
nobody's buying, like, I don't think anybody is really buying an Xbox anymore for Halo.
no.
Or buying a PlayStation for Uncharted. Granted, those people are out there. I think that you're paying for the experience you have on the console now.
You have to understand that when the 360 and the PS3 came out, the difference between the PS2 and the PS3 and the Xbox and the Xbox 360 was a huge difference.
Yeah.
Graphics, the games they were putting on there.
Xbox
Are
Live
the
and
games
PSN.
that different from the 360 to the Xbox One? Do you notice, like, are you just like, oh my goodness, this is the Xbox One?
Visually, no, but like there's certain things like
There are certain things.
there's certain things on the new consoles that you don't notice right away. Like the one example that you and I always use is Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis system.
Right,
Does not run on 360 or PS3.
Right. And that's something different that I'm talking about. But like you couldn't. Okay, and yeah, you just kind of countered my point. But like, yes, the games that they're putting out, like, if you go back and play an Xbox game, go back and play a PS2 game, then go back and play a the jump that they made between those systems. I think the jump that they made between the newer ones isn't as great.
No.
So like
Even if you look if you look at launch 360 games versus end of generation 360 games, like that difference is way different than an end generation 360 game and now.
Right.
I could totally see Assassin's Creed Syndicate running on a 360.
That's what I'm saying. The difference isn't as great. But so that's why I think that we're not seeing it, because like when they went from like the Xbox to the Xbox, you couldn't put Gears of War on the Xbox, right?
Right.
But you could put that on the 360. So when you jumped from that Xbox and then you got the 360, and then Gears of War was an early game, and you put that in, that game blew your mind.
Yeah.
All right, because it was something so different. It looked so good. When I first got my PS4 and I put in, I think like the first games I got was like Ghosts, Black Flag. I enjoyed Black Flag. I enjoyed...
Yeah, but I played Black Flag on Wii U.
That's my point. Like, the game itself wasn't like, oh my god, this is something I haven't played before, because the 360 and PS3s were... They were pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Like, we were playing games at the end of the generation that were so amazing that when we got the next gen, the first batch of games, it was just like, well, it kind of looks, I don't really notice.
Yeah. Plus, like... These companies have developed engines that are scalable now. You can run Unity and Unreal 4 on your phone.
Right.
So
but
like
we do have games coming like Uncharted 4, this Quantum Break game that I think these next couple years we're really going to be like, oh shit. And then when we go back and play launch PS4 games to like games in like a year or two, we're going to be like, oh my, I think our minds are going to be blown then.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're there yet.
Yeah, it's like the Perfect Dark Zero compared to Oblivion, which came out a year later, and Gears of War.
Right.
Like, look how different Perfect Dark could have easily been run on Xbox or PS2. But then you look at Oblivion. You see the world that they built. You see these structures. You see the amount of customization you can do. You see the amount of items you can pick up, and like you're just like, there's no way this world could fit on Xbox.
Yeah.
And they tried with Morrowind, but that game was so buggy and so broken that you
go back and play Oblivion now, and you're like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, or like your example of Gears of War. The amount, like even between Gears 1 and Gears 3, the difference between those games. Like you had between Gears 1 and Gears 3, they implemented bustable cover. They implemented shatter effects. They implemented particle effects, like all these different things that they improved the engine. And now like the graphical leap, I can see a little bit of difference, but nothing that's super impressive, like from the jump from Super Nintendo to N64 or PS2 to PS3. It's more system based, like the Nemesis system or Quantum Break's time mechanics, or even something like I'm honestly surprised that Destiny can run on 360 a little bit.
Yeah, so am I.
And like stuff like the Division, all of like the mods you can find and just the worlds that they're building. It's more system based this time around than it is graphics.
I could see the Division running on, like, is it on? No? I didn't think, because I could actually see that game doing it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
The Division does look really good though. Like, they did a fantastic job, like graphics.
Mm-hmm.
The city of New York
especially
is
for the size of the world that they built, the graphics look pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's great. But I mean, that's really in my mind why I don't think they're doing as good. That and it's hard sometimes to come up with a new idea.
Yeah, but it's weird because like we're saying this now, but then we see companies saying like, okay, well, this is what we talked about last week when you weren't here. We had the Nerd Overdrive guys on, and we talked about the new console, like stopgap consoles like Xbox 1.1 and PS4K, which are supposedly coming with better hardware inside, because companies are saying, hey, your systems are already out of date for us. Like, we need more power. And like, I don't see what are you guys using this power for? Where are your resources going to where these consoles are not powerful enough to run these games that you're supposedly building? Like, where is it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe it's because I'm not a programmer. Maybe it's because I'm not smart enough to like
right. Yeah, I don't understand
see it.
Stuff.
But like, to me, like nothing has really been super impressive visually.
No.
But there are certain things that I do see that I'm like, oh wow, like I keep bringing up the Nemesis system. Like that was really impressive, and I'm really surprised that games like Mad Max or Batman didn't implement that.
Oh god, I know.
You know how much better Batman and Mad Max would have been if they had
Mad Max would have been. I mean, that game was okay, but if it would have had and it should have, it could have easily done it.
Yeah.
With like the territories and the bases and stuff, they could have easily done a Nemesis, and it would have been fantastic.
Yeah, and like all those games are within the same company.
I know. It doesn't make
so
sense.
Like, and they transfer engines and assets and designs.
I keep hearing rumors of a Shadows of Mordor sequel.
Yeah, those are the big rumors.
That would be very exciting.
Yeah. Oh, I also bought Shadows of Mordor for $10 on Amazon.
Yeah, because I mean that's one of the best.
So,
it's still top 3 games I've played on next gen.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where games are become less and less impressive visually.
Yeah. We're not as easily as impressed, and I think that's why we're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, when they do put one out, Because Gears of War 1, I mean, it was a good game, even if it didn't look beautiful. It was still fun, but like, if it didn't look as good, would it be known as one of the better games of that generation?
Yeah.
If it looked like crap, would it be known? I don't think so.
I don't know if it would have been remembered as well if it was, because like it did have the cover-based mechanics that a lot of games copy now. Like you look at The Division, clearly inspired by Gears of War.
Yeah.
But visually, I don't think it would have been like if it wasn't visually impressive. I don't think we would have remembered it as something special.
That's kind of what I'm saying. So, and that's why we don't have games that we're like, oh my goodness, because like nothing's blowing us away. We're very hard to impress nowadays. Like I think is the issue.
Here's another example. Like I've been playing a lot of Halo 5 multiplayer recently. That game could totally be running on 360.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that's different is it's running at 1080p, 60 frames a second.
Right.
And all previous Halos ran at 720p, 30 frames a second. But it still feels like Halo. So like I don't know if the 60 frames is a noticeable difference. But you got just based on the way it plays. It's totally gonna run on 360. So but then you have companies like Activision saying that Call of Duty, like Black Ops 3 couldn't run on 360. That's why they only shipped the multiplayer.
Yeah, that's all you want anyways.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I haven't played the campaign, so I can't tell you. All I played was the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I would love to just buy the multiplayer for like $20-$30.
That's a topic for
we've talked about that before.
Day. Yeah. So I don't know. But anyways, we have some Division to play, so anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel this time, but thank you so much for watching. You can find our content on digitalnerdadvocates.com, right here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. In the audio version of this podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. And you can find the rest of our shows here as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And until next week, we're out.